I need to just calm down, and everybody else does. There is a little bit of a worry of some cash that I need for the duration, and it has to stagger along for another year. And I think that a lot will change. It's not just me. There's a reason why I've ended up in the mountains precisely the way I have. I'm actually probably one of the few people on the planet that actually lives out the dream that is kind of like you can see the legacy left behind by a people who knew some things about what was really going on. Say what causes the depression in the 20s, really how that we become way too reliant on an outside source of informing and also feeding. And that's how I ended up in these mountains next to a stream that right now it has trout in it. There's probably fish this big, but they're getting bigger. And there's a way to survive here. That's the bottom line. See, my family was survivalists. My great-grandpa, born in 1800s, was half Osage Indian, born from a whole-blooded Osage Indian woman who was 16 years old. And the story goes is, okay, so it, I, otherwise there's the white people, right, that were Freemason, and it's not all evil stuff, although, no, they are being directed to do and be something without a conscience. Now, but having said that, it wasn't like that with everybody. See, the reason why that slavery was abolished is because people were getting along too well after a while. So they made the abuse cases stick out more so that they can just shut down the fact that people were getting along too well after a while. They were able to open up their own refineries of cotton and stuff. So that's how that well, they would keep the woman in the house who the Grandpa Horn had an affair with, and but it was like a big whoops. Oh, our maid got pregnant. Well, we can't toss her out just because she's pregnant, and so let's take care of her. Well, it happens to be that that's the half son of that family, and it was not known that that was the truth. And anyway, that person, my great grandpa's life is so remarkable, and everybody's life is, but he was above average in that he was an inventor after a while, and they were well off, and this place that was settled. See, my grandmother kept the intention. She listens to the stories that her mother tells, how her mother used to say that one day water will be the price of gold. And so she was saying that in the 20s, but maybe even before then, see, because these people were alive and well during the turn of the century. And so if we look back and see how much gold actually was per ounce, and then put it on the bottle, like a gallon bottle today, and see how close it was or something like that, because you know how that 5 cents paid for a loaf of bread and some milk and butter or something like that, back in, and now it's like hardly $15 gets you that. And that doesn't matter. The illusion of money is so stupid, especially when they say, okay, now, really, collect gold, collect silver, collect... Who the hell is telling you to do that? Why don't they tell you to start farming? Learn how to live here. You can't fucking eat gold. You can't use silver for anything. Nobody knows what to do with that. If there was a use for it, nobody knows really how to put it in their teeth and make it non-toxic dental. Get the I don't know, man, please. Comment section down below. Somebody said, no, ever since I was a kid, I always questioned the monetary system. It's like, yeah, me too. No, that was the thing that I dread. It's like, everything is not right here. You should more and more, if you keep coming back here, start like, ugh, ugh, really? And it's not the same. Really, I'm not working with the same shit here, not out there, and not even in here. I would love to write an autobiography about that. You know, it's just it's people that write books are kind of super conscious, and they're like, you know what, people need to know this. I don't know, I need to get it out. A lot of times when I tell, they like me enough when I tell my stories in person. Maybe I could write a storybook, and I love that idea. You know what? Here's another part of my autobiography. Um, and I don't like advertising this here on, but I don't have any friends in real life. I didn't just say, I don't know how to get along with people and I'm wretched. No, there's something going on with people if you haven't noticed. And I'm noticing, like, I'm standing there and I'm going, wait a minute. Is that really worth it? Like that one-on-one relationship where you're just isolating each other out? What is going on around me? I am an Aquarius moon and I would love to have a decent fucking community at least. And I have, okay, so I've watched, because we settled 4 acres here and then we sold off 3 acres. And then I was left with 1 acre and then it was always empty here. But now that the last residences have just pulled in and it's like, hey, I'm feeling this like real time. It's time to say hello. And really, I said hello by, why did you put the asphalt down all of a sudden? And people are saying, no, 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 no to you. And I'm saying, no, no, no to you. And who the hell is more righteous? What are you people standing up for? And you know you're dead wrong. And I have such protection here, and I'm sitting here like, you know what? I am the one who is going to just say, you know what? Enough's enough. People living lawlessly around me, and it's an inhospitable ecology. I don't feel safe here, in other words. It's a struggle to survive. Comment section down below, hit like and subscribe, because this is the truth. Okay, so you've set all of that aside, all of your feelings aside, and just became a moneymaker, and now you like to thumb people like me down. Well, now, who are you? I want to know. Start at the top. Male or female? What race? If you have a definite answer there, we're all in trouble, because the way we're going to get back to a real life civilization, possibility, just a possibility in the air, and it's dwindling. It's like, phew, what's in the air? It's not human beings. It's not humane. And check them out, them fucking dog owners. Babes, I know how to have animals, and see, you know my story if you were following me for the last year and a half, 2 years. That, you know, I had a beautiful dog for 16 years and walked it rain or shine. And you know how it is. Oh God, the God sent dog. And I'm not ready to go out and run out and get another one, especially since I'm still fine. It was towards the end, my neighbors, whoever they are, that aren't hardly there. I still don't know who it is, but whoever they are, they're just a bunch of unfriendly, mean people. Because they could have, if it really bugged them that my 22-year-old dog was making its last rounds, because it was at its end of life process, and it always went up there. But now you're going to call the animal control service on me, instead of say, fuck, come back and say something. See, people thought that I was mistreating my dog. And really, it's like, nope, nope. And here is your story. If you look at the fucking commercials that are advertising right now, and I hate it. I fucking hate it, because why? I was left with a fine from these ignorant pieces of shit. Who, by the way, your dogs are so unhealthy, they're not going to make it to the age 20 when they should. They're going to be bowling under. Here's your story. They tell it on the commercials. My dog. Let alone because you're giving it vaccines that make it autistic as hell. They're capitalizing on you like fucking crazy. It's time to stop, but you're not. You're a bunch of narcissists going for every little fucking piece of cheese and feed, and you're being turned into rats. Every meaning of the word, which means that you rat on other people. You don't know how to live, so that's just, you feel good in a certain way energetically that you don't even know it's just energy, and you have been turned upside down and inside out backwards, and that's the way you play. Yay! Tables are going to turn on you fucking people. The tables are turned now. It's turning. For me, it did. It's like you cannot seriously tell one person, 75 people coming at me saying that you're strong, saying that you're pollution alternative for whatever the fuck you think you're doing here in the mountains to cut corners is righteous. It's just not, because there's too much of a humanitarian crisis out there causing disease, and it's because of that shit right there. And you bring it up here, it's a trip. And now this faction of non-human presence that's just no intention really, because you have a fake government. You waving a flag out there? Bingo. Like I said, you're saying you're an American, you're doing nations, and you're doing races, and you're doing gender also, too. When really we have simple, pure awareness that can be achieved. And that means, are you a human being or not? That's all that a human being is. If you really want to look at it, we keep talking about it. With enlightenment, becoming enlightened, becoming an awakened person, you're just becoming human. That's all. It's not a big hocus pocus. Let's do a tightrope walk. Yeah, it is a tightrope walk for the mind to just be here now, be available to the present moment without a single prejudice, not even of a sound that is coming into your ears. Just feel energy and feel how you feel. Now, when you're around a bunch of narcissists, they're not present until, especially the sociopathic vibration, until you have a vulnerability go on, until you show some kind of weakness, something that they can pick on and then do a takedown. That's just their natural ability. You gotta fucking love them. Money makers! Woo! Sorry. I'm a leader? Hi, Jesus, were you a leader too? What the hell was up with you? Yeah, girl, you know what? You don't want to be a real leader here, because eventually, you get a mob chasing after you. Just because you're right. Just because you're better. Just because you're right. What I mean is, just because you're like, you know what? I don't think any of you have to. I'm perfectly intact without any of this. We need 3 things here: stable land, a warm place, shelter. Have you figured it out? Water, clean food. If you've lost sight of that, especially in your everyday routine, that you can't look each other in the eyes and say, yes, we have maintained our safety here, you have gone mad. Somebody has led you something else, and then most likely they took away those 3 things away from you, and now you're running just for that, but you're doing all hell, skyscraper and everything else just for a little, and it's fucking shit now. Did I tell you about your dog food? Listen to what happened. What happened to me? And it's like, now they're advertising it. And I'm still sitting on a fine from you fucking assholes, and I should make you pay. You will pay. You're already going to pay for being just stupid people. Talk about no friends. You don't have a real life. I don't care about. See, that's why I don't have any friends, basically, because it's like, do you want to know what has encroached on me? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, when has it not been this way for you, Shauna? When has it not been for you this way? That now you get up close to it and you try to really make sense, and no, they're going to pull your fucking IQ apart. I can hardly speak. You don't go to a doctor because of that. You pull up on your own awareness level because of that. And it's all because I get vulnerable and need help. Babes, this needs to change. You don't know me. You don't know how generous I am. You see, I have been completely alone here. I'm alone because here I am, a property owner, a homeowner. I'm about to clear up. When Neptune goes retrograde, beginning of the month, see, Saturn is going to go retrograde first, and then Neptune goes retrograde. It happens June 28th. Saturn goes retrograde, which is going to stop our progress in Pisces, whatever our subconscious has been working on, which is horrible. People are fucking flipping out there. The Saturn in Pisces is like the worst because it just pulls up all of the oceanic crap that you cannot even, your victimization, like what Jesus went through over there. A lot of people cannot help what they have been through. It's not their fault. It started when they were a kid. They were surrounded by nothing but assholes. And having said this, I don't know about this graduation society and all these people that are holding up their narcissistic fucking reward or their honor of recognition of whatever the fuck they fucking threw their souls over. Me, I want a brass plaque, and check this out. This is a fucking multi-million-dollar idea. I'm giving it away to you right now. And when you're out there in Tahiti, sipping your martini, from having capitalized on this, it's a simple thing. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And thank me later. I want my plaque. Gotta make plaques. I want my plaque. I'm graduated now. I've been through enough, and I know perfectly well. I'm well graduated, and I have a very good repertoire with this. I want my plaque that says, surrounded by assholes. It will be a nice brass, deeply engraved, neatly wrote, and then you want to put it see, ideally you want a statue. You want to be able to drill it into the ground, like for me, because I want it at the top of my driveway. Of course, on my property, because assholes will come around and say, the line is right here. The line is, you know what? You don't own your fucking land. And that's not a line there. You guys are, you're not even human beings on the planet, and you haven't even qualified yet to even say that you can own your behaviors, let alone anything here. You're just a fucking backdrop. And hi, if you like this information now, if you're listening to this and you live in the United States area, definitely not on my street and not in my community here, send me a little money, please. My life is about to change. See, I know I'm an astrologer, and there's a lot of people that are like this too, and I don't expect anybody really to do this. This is terrible. Did I just tell you that I'm relying on this? No. No. I've been through better times where I didn't own a house at all, and I was homeless, and that was like the fucking most beautiful time of my life, to tell you the truth. It's not easy when you don't want to really camp, but really, I don't know. No, I feel good now. I'm not dissing. I'm not saying that there's any other time in my life that I like other than now. I mean, I've made it this far, and I'm honestly I'm going to try to, I'm going to put this video up that I made the first time. It's not any better than this one. See, now, if it's happening I kind of sense this, and I hate it. I don't want anything to do with it, and it's probably the last time I'll ever talk about it, and I won't talk about it. How about this? I'll talk about it in my, I'll talk about it if I get enough of shit in the mail. I want to talk about what I think is going on with, there's a club. There's two clubs. There's two religions. There's two different types of people, and I hate to round it down or up to that. No, of course it's gender oriented, but see, that's the clubbing. That's the illusion. There isn't men and women here aside from the organism that apparently one side has turned against the other side. If you can imagine what it's doing to itself, limiting and creating something. See, babes, the information, god damn this fucking video. And see, look, please, I don't want to sound like this anymore. And it can end. It can end for me. I don't have a very complicated life. And I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track of just saying, fuck this neighborhood and fuck this community. I can get to it through here, but I'm looking for stability right now. I want my stable life, which is just, I had it going 4 years ago before people started flipping out. And I swear to God, I hate this subject matter, babes. It's because of money. Money does nothing for anybody here, but there is a faction out there that goes, you got it all wrong, you got it all wrong, and Too bad you can't play. And see, you're living an illusion that the people like me and see, especially the homeless people who just, they probably are the most profoundly healthy people. They're probably good in their heart. And they're like, I cannot adjust to this profoundly more and more sickening society. Nope, I can't adjust to it. I just won't. And these people, they don't know that they are our only hope as real life protesters who just said, fuck it. We are actually well taken care of if we do that every day today. Give us this day. Did we wake up? Our daily bread. Did you eat yet today? No? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fucking steal from this piece of shit society that locks it up in cages! Do it! It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Especially when people start going starving, that have been working for it, and they don't know that that's what they've been working for. But when that's taken away and we're looking at it, they are burning mom and pop farms as we speak right now in the Western United States. It's alarming. They're not reporting it, how they are stopping people like me who have chickens. It could be us next down here. See, they don't do it to us here because the excuses aren't as valid as what they would pull up there. And they say it's because it's poisoning the watershed and shit like this. And it's like, well, we don't even have watershed like that. And anyway, but no. If they can get away with it up there in places, see, right now the courts are full of people who are trying to fight for us. And I am getting ready. I am. It's looking like, it's like, yeah, right, Shauna. Don't you see what you have to do? This is so tough because it might not ever work in this lifetime, but it'll work for me. See, if I have to sell this place, I'm just going to disappear. It will be because I've found the place I need to go, and it's not anywhere in the United States. It's not even like in the. It's a different. It's a different vibrational frequency where you just find out. No, these people know how to live, and we know we need our privacy, but we contribute from the place of our accumulated, and that's where I come from. I try to come from that to you here. The whole time I've been on social media, which is over 10 years now. And you will see, and I feel, and I just see that I was diluted. I can barely speak clearly now, and I don't blame it on just because of there's narcissistic abuse. When you're around people that don't know how to communicate, they're cutting your tongue out. Do you want me to find the fucking information here? You do not go to a doctor. Because you have been your health has been riddled down by narcissists. You start healing yourself holistically from the inside out, realizing what has happened. And if you don't hear the people around you giving you the information, then you know what? We can't really find respect, but it's a different kind of respect that we have. There's 3 kinds of respect here. One of them is non-existent that says, you must earn your respect, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, there is that. There is that. Because there's too many stupid people around you that will disregard you until all of a sudden one day they turn around and say, you know what, I totally have respect for you for speaking up like that, for speaking up like this, for standing there like that, for taking it like this, for looking at it like this. But that's all hindsight. It's the most lamest fucking type of respect that not even animals can achieve that kind of blindness for each other. You must earn your respect. Fuck you. Just got some respect there. Because I earned it. You people like beatings? Guess so. See, there's 3 types of respect. There's that respect. There's just a basic respect that animals have, that we see each other's nature, and we have respect for each other. We don't cross boundaries. Animals have that. At the water hole, it's kind of like, oh, is it safe to go there? No, that one's going to be, and they kind of just don't encroach, too much. Really, there is an animal respect that's there. I don't know about today, but this was valid like 20 years ago. 3 types of respect. Then there's the other respect that where you see, it says like this, it's like, do not I can't even, my brains are mush because of fucking narcissistic abuse. And yours are too. This, if you knew my fucking life and how I have avoided being influenced by it, but it's here just. Guess what it is? It's the money's making society out there that doesn't know how to do anything right but to start manipulating with it and playing a power trip game with it, right? Yes! This is going to get more and more and more up on the table and see what more and more and more is going to start changing and causing, oh my God. Talk about the freeways being stopped and people saying, fuck you, and give me your fucking lunch. These aren't bullies, babes. These are people just saying, you know what, I have worked so hard and I just woke up, I can see it. It's bullshit. Get this fucking out of my face because we don't control the value of it here. Something else is saying, oh, now your property is this much, and now your wheat is this much, and now your blah blah is only fucking worthless. And then people practice that in microcosms like a bunch of deadly fucking idiots where they're starving each other out. And did you see that that's just the way you do it? That's the way you win. That's not the way the universe is providing for us here. That's not at all how we live here. That's not at all what's happening. This is lawless. This is wrong. This is depleting. This is shrinking everything down. This is getting it down to a wire where you don't even see. That jolly old fucking scene's like, yay, we're winning, yay, we're winning. Stomping people down. And then it's you next. And that fucking rubber band, boom, we are dead. We are fucking dead. Not for me, babes. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. I know what I have accomplished. I know that it's like, you know what? I don't need to pay your fucking bill. I don't. And it doesn't make me feel like I'm unaccomplished as a human being. In fact, I feel more intact without it. We didn't come up into the mountains to fuss about that. We come up in the mountains to realize that, wow, you know what? That's an imagined fuss. Because we have water here. We have food here. And most importantly, you stupid fucking idiots, I don't want you. I was supposed to say we have each other, but we don't. We got babies in cribs that spiritually, we're talking about a spiritual level. Babies in cribs that just don't know that you're never going to get the fuck out of here, trapped as being satanically just processed in and out. You don't know that you have a profound responsibility to take your sovereign action available to you. At this moment now, drop it. Especially if you've made it up into the mountains. What are you doing here? I know what I'm doing here. And the fact is you are jealous because I've made it. You people are late. Coming up here just 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Oh, it's time to go in the mountains and be a survivalist. No, it's not. Not for you. You know, it's the taxes you're paying on it now. You were better off moving into my fucking house. I was better off saving 4 acres and saying, now, look, we can live here on Grandfather Claus. Set your tent up. It's time. The time that my great-grandpa knew and grandmother knew was coming. And I am a fucking success, especially if I can just stop getting on this scarcity trip with the narcissist. Just one of them is enough. With their fucking spiraling down black hole fucking mentality. Doesn't matter how much they make and how much what's going on. They don't know how to give enough to where it's not enough. It's always a black hole. And it's like, you know what? You got to learn how to do without that. Just, you know what? And especially with numbers, oh, that's not a problem. It's just money that you're worried about. Oh, that's not even a problem. That's the imagined problem. Do you have a problem with being creative? Do you have a problem with relating and associating with each other and actually giving to each other and actually being forgiving towards each other? Do you even know what forgiving means? Oh, you people talk about pay it forward, pay it forward, pay it forward. That's what forgiving means. Your language, you don't even know what you're talking about anymore because why? Because that's necessary for you. to have driven you into the place where somebody like me is just saying, excuse me, halt, screech, and you're not going to get to me. Nope. Nah, not if it's just money that I need. I don't need that. Nah, I know how to survive here. It's going to come to a time where you people are jealous already because it's just simple for me. That's all. And it's like, okay, but don't you want cool friends? I want cool friends. I like friends who are connected. And don't you want a friend who's connected? Like, say, you wanted to be really fucking cool, didn't you? You wanted to live in the mountains and figure out how to do it. Well, the stuff that, okay, the neighbors have planted trees inside of a place where the water table is actually just underneath. It's hardly 16 feet under. And really it drops to that in the middle of summer. Otherwise, you're soaking your plants. You have to plant things there that can take the saturation, or else, particularly that place, if you see it doesn't have any trees growing there because of the fact that it can get root rot really quick. So good luck with you, but it's a lot of money you spent there. Don't you think that that the people that actually know how to live here can use some of those resources? Because, well, not really. I don't care about your money. See, what I'm doing right now is I'm planting. See, that place over there, the marsh, is only good for doing a year-round, like if you need a marsh to plant sprouts in, to remove it, to create a nursery, and then go and then plant it somewhere else where it's less marshy. But it's hard to tell that now because the way it dries out, but that's just a fact. I lost 2 fruit trees trying to grow it close to that area. In the yard, it's the lowest part, and if you plant above a little bit, but it's hard to tell what's happening from in areas. It's an underground aquifer under there. We are in, famous place called Palm Springs is right outside of our area. It's because there's just tons of springs because this structure that we're on, which if you were to barrel down as high as it is, there's still, I bet you anything you'll see that in fact it was a structure that was built out of granite. People from outer space that were interconnected. Sorry, you look at the pyramids and you see some of the things that they've displayed that they've been able to do. That's just what's left here out of the ruins of just what used to be city-sized castles that stood in the air 2 miles high. More than that, more like 7 miles high. And these things created weather systems that would self-water the entire city-sized castle, but in such a way it was so natural, it was different. Because this is intelligence that used to live here, that built the pyramids and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, the human organism or aperture has lost it, is as good as your sci-fi movie. There is parasites intergalactically. The universe is human, but it has a parasite. It has parasitical interdimensional problems. It's not a perfect bandwidth of operations. There's it's still under experimental mode, and especially if you're watching this, how do you like it so far? Have any ideas of your own? Can you get past money? I sure can.